Salute everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I hope everybody's had a blessed Monday. This far, it's time to get back to the content, okay? Hope everybody's having a blessed day so far. Give me a second, y'all. Let me make sure. I gotta make sure these windows are closed. Just got this early. Okay. Okay, sorry, y'all. Had to make sure that everything is working accordingly because it's hot. It was freezing. I think we froze Saturday. Did we freeze Saturday, ladies? Yeah, we froze Saturday, and yesterday was pleasant, and today it's like so damn hot. I don't know. Thank you, Prize, again for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, research, and educational purposes, because it's always something you can learn from the content, from anybody that shares content. You could take something from it. Hey, TT. Hey, Time Warp Sissy. Hey, Pooh Love. Hey, Samai Sis. Latasha Jackson want to do sister something sweet. Hey, sis. Hey, goddesses. Hey, Cereal. Hey, Erica. Hey, girl. Hey. Man, it has been a year that Kamani Latig, hey, Jacqueline, that Kamani Latig went missing. And I never forget when I found it on Instagram, and I never thought the story would turn out the way it did, but it did. You get what I'm saying? It just, and I remember dumb Dorothy, the grandmother. Hey, Katina. Hey, Miss Jazzy. Hey, sis. I knew when I got in that Discord call with your asses, I said, I'm going to run behind. I'm going to be behind. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the team. I love you, ladies. But Dorothy didn't sound right when I looked at the clip, and I'll never forget, I got the team on board. I was like, hey, y'all, something with this story don't seem right. I came live about it first, and I hit up all the girls like, something off with this story. I don't know what it is, but it's just something off with this story, and it don't sound right. I don't know. We get down to searching for Kei'mani Latig, who is now in a home, abandoned home, that was once owned by dumb Dorothy's mother. One's got to say, I get it. He messed with Tiara. You might ride by the house and be like, oh, my grandmother used to own that house, or my grandmother owns that home. But it still didn't sit too well. Then they say that dumb Dorothy is the one who found the clothes. Yeah. Hey, Jacqueline. Near this abandoned home in a park. Y'all remember that? Some shit was still off. It was like I couldn't get over dumb Dorothy versus Darnell. And then Darnell's looking goofy. He's looking around as Dorothy does this. He's standing beside Dorothy. And I thought in my mind, he was Dorothy's son. He's the son of Dorothy. And yeah. So then he comes along. And he's like, oh, me and my cousin, she called us and said she was scared. And so we went by there and we wanted to make sure she was good. And I left her. So your daughter calls you and says she's scared out of her mind, only for you to leave her again. And we can't forget Dorothy. We just can't leave dumb Dorothy. It's another Naziah Harris story. The same way they got Jarvis, but they leaving Annette and Shannon out for now. Get what I'm saying? They leaving dumb Dorothy out. But before we leave and count dumb Dorothy out, I want you guys to listen to this with me, okay? We're going to listen to a little something, and A little something, something. Hold on, y'all. Let me share this screen. Hey, Sherry girl, I'm calling BS on both, girl. All. Because don't forget the key players is Dumb Dorothy and Darnell. Darnell's the key player, just like Jarvis was. Darnell is the key player in this, but the mastermind is Dorothy. Another master monster granny. She's the because y'all help me out with this one. We gotta listen to this together, okay?
Kei'mani.
Is this your daughter or son?
This daughter.
Hold on, y'all. Let me rewind it. Let's take it back.
Here's on destination, not emergency.
Yes, I'd like to make a police report.
Okay, what's the address?
Elm Street.
Okay, what kind of report?
A missing person.
Hold on. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. We ain't doing a missing person. Hold on, y'all. We doing a missing person report for my granddaughter that I got custody of. Where's the emotions? You don't sound frantic, dumb Dorothy. Matter of fact, you sound like maybe a neighbor or something that heard some noise next door or heard a commotion next door. So, like, hey, I want to. And it's attitude in this phone call. Let's get back to let's just hear me out. Hold on.
Here's on destination, not emergency.
Yes, I'd like to make a police report.
Okay, what's the address?
Elm Street.
Okay, what kind of report?
A missing person.
Okay, what's your name?
Mine or hers?
Yours?
Dorothy.
Okay, who?
Latigue.
Mine or hers? Is your granddaughter missing or not? Is Kei'mani missing or not? Goddess, Hey Smurf, hey April. Is Kei'mani missing? Hey Sherry. Is she missing or not? She sounds like she's aggravated to have made that. Yeah. She's non-current for that child. Absolutely. What up, Queen Butterfly sis?
Name.
Kei'mani.
Is this your daughter or son?
This is my granddaughter.
Okay, do you have custody?
I do.
Okay, how old is she?
13.
How long ago she's been missing?
Well, to the best of my understanding.
Wait. Hold up. How long she been missing? Well, to the best of my understanding. Well, to the best of my remember this phone calls for missing 13-year-old Kamani Latig, right? Sorry, I gotta adjust this. I ain't used to the little bell bottom arms and stuff. Little cute little pantsuit. God, the adjustments. Is Kamani missing? And if you got custody of her, Dorothy, how you don't know where this baby is? How you don't know how long she's been missing? And remember, just like Naziah, remember when they said she was missing, Dorothy said this thing. Dorothy said Monday night. Did it turn out to be Sunday night? Going into Sunday morning? Because I don't know if everybody knows after 12 a.m. and 12 a.m. it's considered a new day. Then they said Tuesday. She said, dumbass. She was very dry and not distraught. Absolutely. Absolutely, Latasha. She was. Hey, Press baby. Hey, honey. Well, from my understanding, why you don't know when your 13-year-old granddaughter was missing and you're her guardian? Why isn't dumb Dorothy being caught in for questioning? Hey, TT sis. She said all these people are involved. I'm convinced nobody gave two fucks about these shit. Not even the justice system. Y'all got this 911 call and it means nothing. Y'all mean to tell me y'all got this 911 call and this means nothing? Because how do we identify with what's happening and they don't? Somebody tell us, because we're not detectives. They always say we playing detectives. Well, hell, we ain't. But I know that everybody in the chat ain't thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. How the hell did this get swept under the rug? Why isn't Dorothy being questioned? Hey, self-made sis. Help me out, y'all, because...
She's just been missing this morning. And I called her school and went up to her school, and they said she's not there.
What school does she go to?
Spring.
Do you remember, did you see what she was wearing before she left?
No, she's usually going to school before I get home from work.
Okay.
But, dumb Dorothy, you didn't even work that day. She didn't even work that day. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Dumb Dorothy didn't even work that day. She just following protocol to get her heat off her back to show concern, but she failed at it in her tone of absolutely time more. Hey, Shane, baby. Love you. Unacceptable. I mean, the children will need to be here to be our future. Absolutely, Smurf. This is definitely unacceptable, but you know, hey, they get away. We have to ask ourselves about this justice system. But we made her call up the school. Did she do that every day? Come on, something sweet. Well, do you know what she had on? I mean, no. She's usually dressed and gone before I get home. But she didn't work. They know that. She didn't work. You don't know when she went missing. You don't know what she had on. Another kid they don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. She's the guardian. Justice system is about race. I'm so confused. None of these children cases are being treated. Yeah. Yeah, Erica, they are. She shouldn't have been left alone overnight while you're working, dumbass. Well, SP, they're making it where certain states, and I never did look into that. I need to look into that when they could be left alone and they're okay to be alone and take care of themselves. Certain states are 8 years old. 8. Thank you, Paris. No sense of urgency in her voice. No, none, Paris. Thank you for being a member and keeping on that green jacket for 6 months, okay? Love you, sister. Candy said, how you know nothing? 8 is crazy, yes. Some states, look it up. When a child could be left alone. It's almost like you might as well leave them alone. It's crazy how the social workers want to come in and take the kid. They won't take the kids for the pedophilia and all of that, but as soon as you leave a kid alone, they neglect. That's what happened with Bree, with baby Kei'mani. The girls come to the house, want to fight her, and she goes outside her door. to fight them back. Because they came to her door, disrespected her, and guess what? Her kids are still taken to this day, even after the death of baby Kei'mani. Mm-hmm. She's still fighting for her children. They got her for neglect. Then they test her and say, oh, you have weed in your system. As kids continue to get essayed. And guess what they say? It's food in here. Yeah, it's clean. They're good. Same thing that happened with Kei'mani. CPS called for abuse. And they went in dumb Dorothy's and said, oh, it's clean. She got food in her. And most of the time, y'all, the food that they got in there don't even be for the kids. Them good steaks and shit, them T-bones and, they're not for the kids. They're for the adults. Kids be malnourished and some more shit. When the autopsy comes out, the babies are malnourished and some more shit. But guess what? They can stay. Because it was food in there. It was clean. Nobody went and got examined or nothing. They never took Kei'mani to go get examined or nothing else, but she could walk around with Looney Tune knots and shit on her head. Because she had food and the house was clean. I digress. Hey, Latasha Boss Lady sis. She said, T-Mill sis said, Ada's crazy. When are they going to start holding these adults responsible and accountable? Exactly. Shank said exactly. Smurf said, I still check in on my adult children. Absolutely, Smurfette. I would have been scared to death at 13. I'm scared now. SP, we adults are scared to be in a home by ourselves. Some adults are scared when your husband go to work or your children go to work or they go to school and stuff. Sometimes the house be a little bit uncomfortable. She said, what the heck can an 8-year-old do, girl? Keep theyself. Some states. Dumb Dorothy says she knows nothing and knows everything. Time Warp, you hear me? Candy said, my God. Shank said, right. Samad said, exactly. They have 2 fridges. Wow. Sounds like another Annette. She is, Sherry. The system is so corrupt, they need to be investigated right along with these dumbass caregivers. It is sad, Shane. CPS needs to be reevaluated and reconstructed because apparently they've hired the wrong people every time. And it's not just CPS where they hire the wrong people, because guess what? A lot of times, a lot of us go to work and just to get the check. We do. Some people go into work and go above and beyond for their checks. They go out their way to do the right thing. And in this case, this is one of those where CPS should go above and beyond. You're supposed to have patience, a heart, compassion. Because CPS isn't for the adults, it's for the children. They're supposed to take them out of the house to put them in a safer environment, and sometimes it's worse than where they take them at. And in this case, giving her to dumb Dorothy is worse than they took her from. Because they didn't give Tiara the resources. Classes and what's going on with you. Hey, Jemiah, look up CPS allegations. You may be surprised. Yes, Smurfette. Because when you ain't a good mother, guess what? Your kids might turn out themselves not to be a good mother. Not in all cases. Because a lot of times, kids grow up and when they start having children, they don't want their children to be in that situation that they grew up in. When a lot of times we get the ladies who leave their children in the same environment that they came out of that was very traumatic to this day. And that's what Tiara did. Because see, one thing about me, I didn't stop fighting. Gave up many a times, but I always got back up, throwing punches myself. Did they tell me my rights? CPS just went on with their life. Here, Miss Parker, you're good. You got our kids. You got custody. Yes. If she doesn't go to these classes, then boom. It's the same shit. They haven't even updated the classes. It's the same bitch that ain't went through nothing that I've been through trying to cancel me. You can't cancel somebody to talk to a crackhead and they never been on crack. I don't give a fuck what school you go to. You can't cancel me being a streetwalker if you ain't never walked them streets yourself. You can't cancel me on prostitution if you've never prostituted, right? I don't know how to cancel a prostitute. And I've been out there, you know what I'm saying, drugging and shit, running around with many of them, getting high. But I couldn't cancel them because I didn't know what they've been through. I didn't know what pushed them to be there. A lot of it was trauma. If you've never been sexually assaulted, you can't counsel me. And a lot of time, like I said, when they take the kids, you have to complete these steps and you got to go to work. And it seems like every time you do the right thing, they always knock you down again. It's almost like a setup. CPS is just like a setup. You get on drugs and you got to quit in 30 days, no rehab, no nothing. Go take this drug class. They give you the 12 steps book. The teachers in there sounding just like the man off the Dry Eye for No Eyes commercial. He ain't breaking shit down. He ain't taking a one-on-one with the class to see what drove us to the alcohol addiction, what drove me to my cocaine addiction. Step one, you must admit. Tomorrow we're going to talk about step two. What does admittance mean to you guys? What does it look like? Hell, we don't know. We're just getting here. Hell, So you can imagine these children. CPS goes by lazy checklist to deem homes safe, such as food and bed, and they leave. Absolutely. Kids left home when mom or dad works are called latchkey kids, supposed to be monitored by CPS. Okay, Lady LeMay? Dumb Dorothy, a.k.a. Kim Worthless. That's where the evaluations come in play. Check my ass. You need to have compassion and empathy in your heart. Come on. And guess what they do? This is the CPS. We open it. Okay, let's just get the kids out. Let's get them in some placement. See if you got some family. You got some family? Okay, we'll run a quick background check. Okay, she got a ticket in 99. Okay, no. Oh, she got caught with a joint in the car. Okay, no. Okay, she was in a domestic violence situation. No. Okay, let's give them, who's on our list? Okay, let's just give them to them. Hey, Natty. Right, like the blind leading the blind. Some kids just being bad and being followers. My daughter, when she was younger, was running away to meet with a boy. African Queen said facts. She said they displaced those kids that don't need to be moved and those that don't need to be beat. TTS. So they sent Tiara in the world. No guidance. Because she didn't get it from Dumb Dorothy. Because Dumb Dorothy had a man. And, you know, some of those mothers that, you know, once you get a new baby daddy, that's the kid you focus on because he's in your life. So that child over there means nothing anymore. I only focus on the ones that the daddy's here. So let's push Tiara over there. Let's push her over there. Because Kiara daddy's her. And the guidance is gone. how to be a mother is gone. Because when you're a mother, that's where the kids learn from home. It starts at home. The nurturing and stuff like that. The will to keep pushing and fighting. It starts at home. I called the police so much. CPS did get involved. And when they came, they see my daughter wasn't in danger yet. They gave me the choice to give her to the state. My daughter is doing well now, and she regret doing the things she was doing, of course. Shout out to your daughter. But this case here, well, no resources. Like I said, it's just the steps. Everybody gets them. That's why Shannon's great get her kids back. They say take these steps. You know you can have your baby daddy in and say you gave him a second chance to come in and molest and touch on the kid. You know. And we're just gonna take the kids rule away. You gotta take these steps. What the fuck them steps? Got to do it. Allowing men that have charges to come in your home and do it again. Do they teach that? Because I didn't get taught that. Second chances, and I didn't. That's just a mother nature thing. It's just like a natural instinct for a real mother. Thank you, Samad. And if you guys don't mind helping me reach my goal, you guys, please, it's an incentive given to content creators by YouTube. So I would love that. Thank you guys. She don't need her kids back. This is crazy. Never know what you're gonna get. I'm just saying, pay attention to the system. Because dumb Dorothy had CPS calls from the school. And we're going to sweep that right there under the rug, yeah. Because again, it's clean and there's food in here. But let's get back to this 911 call.
Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black. She looks Hispanic.
Okay, and then what was her last name?
Latigue.
Your phone number?
419.
Okay, does she have a phone on her that you're aware of?
She does, and it's dead because it's going straight to voicemail.
All right, I'll be out, and they'll be out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bye.
My 911 call. No. So when are y'all coming? When are y'all coming? Because time is of the essence. I'm crying. They're gonna have to be like, ma'am, calm down. We can't understand you. Like, I might call her a bitch or two. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Even though I know she's doing her job, but I know my motherly instincts. I know how I am about my kids when they ain't missing. So I know, bitch, when? And I'm crying, I'm snotting, I'm all over the place. Apologizing but cussing still, crying, snotting. It's not gonna stop. Well, we'll send somebody out. Okay. What? What? Hey, joy to the world. What's going on? Right, those steps don't matter when the parents show that they don't care and they're very neglectful. Yeah. Hey, Mara. Hey, Karen B. If they hold them parents accountable for allowing pedos in their home, I bet they will stop. Everybody gets charged. You know, Tom Ward? Everybody. Start charging everybody. That'll make some change. Yeah. Attitude and nonchalance on 100%. None of that emotion, Miss Parker. She didn't care. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Paris. I love you, sisters. 911 sounds slow too. The fuck, man. SP, that's why I would have been cussing. Like, bitch, I just said my granddaughter's missing. Is you all right? I would have been like, F the questions. Who can come out here? I know me. for less. But hey, let's get to dumb Darnell, this psychotic, nasty man. You know, another Jarvis, but just as sick. Just as sick. I'm gonna tell you why he's just as sick. You cut that baby from head to toe. Now they're one and the same. And the thing about it is, y'all think he was just doing Kei'mani? Mm-mm. Because even though, and the thing is, Tiara, you dropped your baby girl off to him like, oh, yeah, well, that's her sister. No. Mm-mm. Because, see, he was showing these old nasty ass, retarded ass red flags a long time ago. Hey, pretty trucker baby, drop your link. Big Stacks, drop your link, please. He was showing these retarded ass signs long time ago. Matter of fact, let me show you how long he's been showing these retarded ass signs. Hold on.
A Toledo man is sitting in the Lucas County jail tonight, accused of raping and prison for the heinous crimes.
Graping and murdering. Thank you, Jazzy baby. Thank you, TT. Graping and murdering. Let me cut off her hands so she can't grab me. Let me cut off her head so nobody or see her, or hear her screaming when I'm taking advantage of my daughter. That just happened overnight. Y'all mean to tell me those predatorial acts just, well, I want to rape tonight. I want to, thank you, pretty trucker. I think I want to go over and rape and kill tonight. He's been doing this. The question is, where you memes at? All of you that allowed this sick, sadistic fuck around your kids, only to come live after this happens to Kamani and say, yeah, I remember when. Yeah, I remember when. Everybody remember when this baby gets unalived and raped. Yep, I remember the time. Everybody want to get Michael Jackson on some shit. Do you remember the time? I don't remember shit. He wasn't around me. He was around you and your children. But why did it take that for you to come out like we're going to give you a gold medal about remembering this sick fuck? He has a boatload of mugshots. Come on, SP. Is that not a red flag? Hey, Justices. Where was that and when was she alive? What are you talking about, April? I think he and Jarvis is running neck and neck. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Then they said Kei'mani spoke out. Loved him. She loved him. Yeah, dumb Dorothy, girl. She said, pretty trucker said, motherfuckers see red flags and ignore them until it's too late. Absolutely. Oh, when they died, when it always take a kid to die, and then everybody go, hey, I do remember that time when, and they get deemed heroes. They get deemed the heroes and stuff. Did you hear what she said? Just like baby Genesis. Yeah, you remember she fought and cut up her mama. Yeah, you remember the mama coming out. Oh, yeah, you remember she said she was missing on this day. Remember? Do y'all remember? And everybody go, yep, yep, I remember. Hey, Michelle. all his mugshots, he looks soulless and just evil. See, you can't come to me with a plethora of mugshots. Because I'm doing all of that. Nowadays, we just screwing. Like, oh, we got some good dick. Come in. Yeah, he's moving in. Hey, kids, it's your new daddy. Oh, I want to get pregnant by him. You know what I'm saying? Off the D. Being good. Messing with him one time and now the baby's unalive like that girl. How long y'all been together? A month? A month? A month? A month? But who's educating? Who's talking? Now the community's all upset because the baby's gone and, you know. Everybody coming forward and saying they remember when, where's that when she was alive? Why didn't they try to call and see? This is crazy. Like, why would you do something like this? Yeah. The birth mother showed little emotions, only concerned when dumb Dorothy being there when they secured the crime scene. And see, one thing about it is, Tiara, I don't have a problem with you. But I would be less than a woman if I can't tell y'all the truth, because I want y'all to tell me the truth. If I'm mean, if I'm coming out too strong, if I'm aggressive, you know. I tell y'all myself, I used to be messy as hell with the Nazaya Hurst case. I had to be educated, talked to. And only a real person would come and sit down and talk to you to get you back on track. Hey, Purple. Hey, Janice. Now your memory come back. Yeah, okay. So why didn't you remember to speak up then? Let's finish getting into this one.
But he was violent in the decades, years, and months leading up to his daughter Kei'mani's death, and for the vast majority of that time avoided the bars that he's now behind. 11 investigates. Melissa Andrews has more on Jones's road to alleged murder.
He had her on this side, where that's facing us. He had her on that side right there, hanging off the balcony by her throat.
Angela Silva saw Darnell Jones unleash mayhem just a few doors from her 4th Street home on July 29, 2019.
And all of a sudden we started hearing things going over the balcony, like TVs and clothes, you name it. He was tossing it out the door and out the window on the ground.
Jones choked his wife and held over this balcony while Silva neighbors called 911.
He was close to throwing her off that balcony.
And he almost dropped her.
Thank you.
So I got myself down there and I looked at him. I said, man, if you don't back him, he goes, come on. So I take no steps and I was watching.
This is to the wife. This is before Kei'mani. It's before Kei'mani. This is that sadistic part coming out of them, you know? The red flags that, you know, I need a man, my man here. So I'm going to keep him around even when he's being domestic, and even if I see some red flags and he's a danger, not just to me, but to my children too. I need a man around. Thank you, Miss Jamila. I appreciate you. I just made it for school. I do love the reaction you always get to the meat and potatoes. Thank you, Miss Michelle. I appreciate you, baby. The monster she knew as her father. I thought that they said it wasn't her father. You know? Hey, Leisure. And it was who said it wasn't her dad. So why did you have him around? Remember, dumb Dorothy comes because Tiara wants to come and speak her truth. And now dumb Dorothy said, That wasn't even her dad. As a dig to Tiara versus, well, why did you have him around Kei'mani in the first place? Why? But I want to take this back, though. Let me take this Toledo man accusing of graping. Let me take this back so y'all can get the gist again.
A Toledo man is sitting in the Lucas County Jail tonight accused of raping and murdering his daughter. Darnell Jones Ogletree is facing life in prison for the heinous crimes, but he was violent in the decades, years, and months leading up to
decades and months. Y'all heard him? He was violent for decades and months before. Hey, we're not looking at the red flags. We need a man. We need a man. We need a man. Listen to the news, people. Look at all the pictures. This is before Kei'mani was even brought into the world. Look at the mugshot in the pictures. Look, let's look. Everybody see all the different, the red flags? Oh, we didn't see the red flags when it came to Kei'mani. We just, okay. Our needs. We need a man. Listen again.
A Toledo man is sitting in the Lucas County Jail tonight accused of raping and murdering his daughter. Darnell Jones life in prison for the heinous crimes, but he was violent in decades, years, and months leading up to his daughter Kei'mani.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. He was violent and some more stuff for decades.
His death, and for the vast majority of that time, avoided the bars that he's now behind. 11 investigates. Melissa Andrews has more on Jones's road to alleged murder.
He had her on this side where that's facing us. He had her on that side right there, hanging off the balcony by her throat.
Angela Silva saw Darnell Jones unleash mayhem just a few doors down from her 4th Street home on July 29, 2019.
And all of a sudden we started hearing things going over the balcony, like TVs and clothes, you name, tossing it out the door, window, onto the ground.
Jones choked his wife and held her over this balcony while Silva.
Barbie said a few years before Kei'mani, he made a Facebook video talking about jumping off a roof. I hate that he didn't, you know? I really hate that he didn't. No change in his mugshot. He looks soulless and dark, wild, evil, and sick. Some of these women so desperate they don't mind putting their children at risk. Damn shame. He took a pow-pow to a daycare. And let's get past the pow-pow for a second. When you get to throwing appliances and shit out the window, and you snatch me up and throw me out the window, it's a wrap. I'm looking at background checks. I'm doing my charts. We're going to the doctor and all of that. All of that. And it's not going to be, oh, you hit it overnight and you moving in tomorrow. It ain't even me giving myself to a man overnight. Let's not say this shit don't happen. But with today's time, and he's got a rap sheet as long as his, and these violent, sick, sadistic shit on his background, it's a no. Now we heard, and he even took a pow-pow to a daycare. See what I'm saying? This baby didn't deserve this. She didn't stand a chance. Again, this was already all of this in her life before she was ever even brought into this world. The chaos, the trauma. It's another Nazaire Harris. There's plenty of Nazaire Harris's area, y'all. It is. It's so many. It's so many Kei'manis. It's so many Janiyah McMichael Rogers out here. It is. It is. She said, say what? So sad she had to go through that. God rest her soul. He's a monster too. Yeah. A rap. Yeah, Leisure. Yeah. Where's his folks? Mm-hmm. I remember my cousin hit me when we were 19. Girl. Yeah. But let's finish.
Harold Glander confronted Jones.
And I yelled down there to pull her back over, and he almost dropped her. So I got myself down there, and I looked at him. I said, man, if you don't pull her back, I'm coming up.
You hear me?
Come on.
I can't, y'all.
I didn't take no steps.
You don't break a bit around your children at all.
He almost let go of her.
Jones was found with a knife and pleaded no contest to domestic violence while other charges were dropped. He was sentenced to 60 days in CCNO but served no time.
Yeah, we're gonna get you for domestic violence, but we're gonna drop the other stuff. We're gonna drop all the other stuff. You get what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna drop all the other bad stuff, but we're gonna keep the domestic. But Candy, you all right. I remember my cousin hit me when we were 19. My mom said, y'all family, let it go. I ain't never letting anything go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Instead, completing a substance abuse program.
Complete this
It's
program.
just one of many incidents in a pattern of havoc he unleashed at age 19, allowed by the light hand of the law. In 2011, he was being intoxicated while screaming outside of his apartment, then resisting arrest. Just 3 months later, Jones and another man used a lighter and flammable liquid to set fire to this Toledo warehouse. He was charged with
Hot damn. Yeah, he didn't want her to be identified, Real T. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shout out to you, Real T. Shout out to you. Y'all drop Real T TV's link, please. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. Y'all heard all this shit? Burning up warehouses and you know what I'm saying? She said, damn shame, in and out the system over and over, shaking my head. He shouldn't have even made it to. Come on, Real T. Come on. She said, that man is certifiable. Yeah. She said, dang, and they let him out. Look how many times y'all think about it like Jarvis. Think about it. Look at the system and look how this is continuously happening. When it comes to our children. When it comes to our businesses and our lives, just complete this program. You can get out and do it again. Just complete this program saying we told, we talked to you about it. Just coming in. I was waiting on you to talk about this monster. He needs to do the same as the other monster. Granny need to be locked up. Yeah. She said, how they letting him out? Come on. It's the justice system. It was set up like this.
arson, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of attempted arson, and was sentenced to 4 years of
Absolutely.
probation.
Okay.
He
Yes.
had to complete treatment, get a job, and a GED. As a felon, he was never again allowed to have a gun. His next felony came in 2015 when he
was never allowed to have a gun, and then he got another felony. Just get your GED. What the hell what do GEDs got to do with this? Pay attention to what I said about them programs. What they got to do with this? Only for him to get out and do another felony crime. Make it make sense. Come on, y'all. We got to make this make sense. I'm irritated.
shot a gun at 807 Walnut. He pleaded no contest and was again given probation. He violated that probation in January of 2016 when he punched and
These kids could have been saved so many times. It was, and we look at want to point fingers at people, but we got to look at the system. We have to look at this system, like listen to the charges, and yeah, he violated his probation, and how is he a felony with a gun and get out and pow? You know what? He got a felony with a gun, but he can get out, pow, 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 something else, and then get probation again, and then violate the probation. And oh, come on, y'all. Let me guess. Another program. Let me guess. They let the ones out with the worst crime, but keeping the ones with the nickel and dime charges. The system's all messed up. Yeah, because we're gonna cover the young lady down here in North Carolina. Same thing. Same thing. He got 10 years. 10. And he can get good time and all of that. He might be out in what, 3 more years? Look crazy as heck and them demonized. Okay, because the jail is full of doctors, lawyers, judges, teachers. A GED don't mean that they did that. Candy ain't got shit to do with these crimes. Punched and broke a window at his work, at the work release program, y'all. At the work release program.
The violence grew in 2017 when he smashed an alternator into a man's face at 18th and Monroe. The man required 20 stitches.
Smashed the alternator into the man's head. What we gonna get another? Okay, let me guess. Another program. Listen to all these. These are back to back, y'all. These are back to back. Let's see what program they. Shaniqua, you heard me. Always getting a slap on the wrist. They know these violent people escalate their crime. Man, listen, another program, y'all, guaranteed.
Jones was charged with felonious assault and pleaded guilty to a lesser charge. He was notified on August 17th that he violated his probation. He was sentenced to CCNO for 6 months, but again served no time and was again given 2 years probation. In June of 2018, he was charged with disorderly conduct for being intoxicated while cursing and yelling outside his home on Star Avenue. 4 months after that, police got a call.
Are y'all hearing these charges with me? Or is it just me? It's this man is diabolical and should have been under the jail. Come on, something sweet. They know these violent people escalate their crimes. Shaking my head. OMG, he's still laying up with these women and making babies, I guess. He was gradually spinning out of control. She said again and again. Long time ago, something sweet. But we'll give 5 to 10 for some weed. Every time. Yeah, he should. Come on, Keita. Kei'mani's supposed to be here with us, right? She's supposed to be alive. She's supposed to celebrate her birthday that just came up a couple weeks ago, right? Like last week. She's supposed to celebrate her birthday. She's supposed to be here blowing out candles, playing basketball, something she loved to do. But you know, another program, another violation. And why is it always an option to plead to lesser crime and it's time served or time reduced? Hey, Lisa, come on, y'all, pay attention. Listen to this shit. Don't it sound like deja vu? Don't it just sound like somebody we just covered? Sadly, she saved other people from being his victim. Sick to the, you heard me? And these women loved him, married him. Real tea, married him. kept having babies with him. Hopefully they'll lock him up for good. I mean, adjusted. We can't say that because now they're trying to say we're going to let him plead insanity. He's insane. He needs help. That's what should have been back then for them crimes. Put him in a mental ward for life. Like all these felonies. The system felt these kids. This man was a very career. He was habitual. The system is wicked. Yeah. Real wicked. But hey, let's see what other charges.
Police said Jones had glossy eyes, was slurring, and had a knife. He was charged with disorderly conduct again and a concealed weapon.
Again.
He was put back on probation and sent back to treatment. Jones was cited in May of 2019 for disorderly conduct. An affidavit states he was drunk on his 4th Street porch with a machete.
Okay. So we got a plethora of pow charges. Arson, robbery, domestic violence. He had a knife. Public intoxication. Let's put him back. Okay. Let's give him rehab again. The wrong rehab. He was only caught drunk twice. So let's put him in the 12 steps program. Can't help a murderer predator. But hey, let's keep going. Then he got the he robbed a house. Don't forget he hit the man with the alternator and gave him 20 stitches. Let's not forget the girl over the balcony. Now we're to 2019. Felony. I thought in the Commonwealth state, but let's carry on. Felony, drop it to a misdemeanor. Felony, drop it to a misdemeanor. Let's drop this one to a misdemeanor. Program. It sounds like a parody. Like, is this real? I must be tripping. Shaking my head. Not Keita. Isn't deadly weapons revoked with probation? Latasha says. Because the people making the laws think and act like. But let's keep going with his charges, guys.
He was also cited for threatening to shoot in the head the officer who arrested him. Then came the choking of him.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a minute. He threatened to pow the officer. Now we're on to another charge. I thought threatening the officer but I thought, should Kei'mani be here with us right now? Kaya, come on. She said this man was a danger to society. You heard me? I mean, ain't that a danger to society? Who uses an alternator as a weapon? At this point, did the system take a second to think this man is not getting any kind of rehabilitation? Why did he just say, what did he say, honey? Prisons are privatized now. No money in state hospitals. Beleaguered. So because it ain't no money in the state hospitals, we have to worry about walking past somebody like this that just might smack us in our face with an alternator. Just might see us outside on a balcony smoking a cigarette in the smoking area and throw us over. Because it ain't no money in the state hospitals. Oh. The crazy part is there's a lot of men that look just like this man in Southern Maryland doing weird stuff for young girls. LOL, Miss Barker, you can't even do the live for these shows. I can't. I ain't even know. I'm just finding out with y'all right now. I never knew. I just clicked on this video. I was like, I seen it about Darnell. I'm trying to cover it. Let's see what this is. I'm seeing this for the first time. Y'all drop Real T TV's link, please, somebody. Y'all don't have to drop mine no more, so this cool. Then we can stay with the content. I want y'all to hear this too. He threatened to pow the officer. Let's just see what other programs and charges. Let's.
His wife on the balcony in July of 2019. The problems continued in August of 2022 when he was indicted by a grand jury for an incident at a daycare. He was found drunk with a crack pipe in the parking lot shooting a gun.
Okay, that's 3 times with the pow. Felony now, remember y'all. 3 times. At a daycare now with the kids. With the kids now. The rich is getting richer. The state hospital's a joke. It's just like the prison system. It's a revolving door. Hey, Shay C. Happy Monday. So what the hell? So now the babies are in danger. That's supposed to be, for every kid that was in that daycare, was supposed to have been a charge. Am I lying or am I lying? I mean, I thought he was in that. I mean, the kids could have been on the playground. What if he got triggered smoking that crack pipe and he shot the pow? So that's every kid in that daycare is he supposed to have had a charge. Karen, I don't know. Kaya said it keeps getting one. Kaya. I'm feeling good. It was great. The meet and greet was amazing, Shacey. Leisure. I mean, hey Dior. Is this making sense to y'all? What we doing in Ohio? Because somebody give me that number up there really quick. Somebody give me the number. I need that number. Y'all know me. I got questions. Either they can answer or they don't. I need that number. The evil on purpose gets to roam free in plain sight, but defending yourself, you have to have proof. Come on, Shacey. Every time. Yeah, Linda. I absolutely agree. But Linda, they said he's insane. They want to let him plead insanity, Linda. Yeah. Finally, when he cuts Kei'mani's hands off, and he cuts her feet off, and damn near takes her head off her shoulders. Yeah, let's let him plead. He's crazy. Let's let him plead insanity. There's something wrong with him. Come on, Karen B. What they doing? The judicial system, Erica, absolutely. What they doing? I knew someone that pat in there and he almost got 10 years, so I don't know. I'm with you. I'm here. At this point, Linda, would it matter? I mean, let's talk about it. Does that matter? The sure at this point with because the baby's gone. My girl gone. Who they getting the cheer for? Think about it. Hey, Steph. What is he getting the cheer for now? Like, it took that baby to get dismembered and cut up like meat. Absolutely, tomorrow. But he should have been there tomorrow. He should have been locked away and the keys thrown away a long time ago. Absolutely, Dior. say.
He served several months in CCNO. That was 3 years before the murder of his daughter, Kamani Latig, and his arrest in Columbus.
What's your name? Kill me.
Dude, show me your hands right now. Bro. Pull your hand out. I swear to God, pull your.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Just in a second.
That's what should have been done to him in his city. But you know what his city said? He's gone. He ran. But he ain't fighting demons. He is the demon. Like, this is too much. Somebody said facts. I'm going to say right. African Queen said, what the crazy work. Man, you hear me? Real crazy, Smile. Crazy.
Don't move. Don't move.
Having seen Jones' violence, old neighbors on 4th Street are
Turned around, thought about like the 21.
People can't change unless they want to. And I don't think he wants to.
That was Melissa Andrews reporting. Jones also served short stints in prison in 2012 and in 2022 for gun charges in Franklin and Lorain counties. In both cases, he scratched identifying information off of those guns. His next court appearance here in Lucas County is May 23rd.
All I could do is shake my head right now in disappointment. How did this woman even think to have a baby by this monster? Because all the charges was happening was before the baby was born. Absolutely. Really at her on some big crimes, like she said really at her on some big crimes, little time type shit. This shit is unreal, yet too real to act like it ain't. Erica said, I'm not understanding all this was swept under the rug. He's been a menace to society. And some fool had to have put him up in Columbus. Plus, he got a haircut that quick. Think about the monster that housed him. Y'all got to think about the monster that housed the criminal, too. Like, he out there self-identifying as somebody else like the police didn't know who he was. At that moment. And I don't wish death on nobody. I wish that it took his life. I wish that it took his life. When he gets pushed in the courtroom, the judge, you okay? I couldn't watch at that point. Is he okay? Ask Kei'mani, is she okay? Oh, I forgot we can't. I forgot. We can't ask because she's no longer here. And she is in a better place in this world where nobody seen her treated her like she was invisible. Yeah. I want to write the judge. And I'm going to say, you asked Darnell, was he okay when they pushed him in? Did he need anything? But can Kei'mani respond? Can anybody ask her, is she okay? Can anybody talk to Kei'mani and see how she's feeling? Or ask her what she's going through at that moment? Does she need anything? Because she needed a lot of stuff. And guess what? Everybody turned their head to her, turned their backs. And y'all kept giving his monstrous, sadistic ass help. Shit that he didn't need. Get your GED. Let's give him the 12-step program. When Kei'mani was fighting for her life with dumb Dorothy and Darnell constantly in her sexually assaulting her, nobody asked her. They turned their back. CPS and some more in the justice system. Yeah. Hey, Valerie. Never know who you're out here walking past in parks, malls, grocery store. You hear me tomorrow? You hear me? Help. He's pitiful. 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 Let's get into this to see how we got here. Hold on. Let's see how we got here. Let me show y'all how we got here. And listen to what she said, because I've pointed it out. Got another granny monster on her hands who, looked over the red flags. Took them in as her own. Like, it was very much so. I thought he was yo dude, Dorothy. How Dorothy was sheltering him and defending him, and she said it was him smiling in court. Hey, Diamond sis. Yeah, he was just a smiling. Up there eating bonbons and shit. His lawyer's throwing up M&Ms. He's in a wheelchair catching them and shit. Just like Jarvis was in the courtroom coloring and shit. Stick people, kids in the park. Because Judge Shapri said you wouldn't do over writing down nothing. I told y'all his ass was coloring stick figures of kids. Because the judge said you didn't write down shit. But they're allowed, They're allowed to eat M&Ms and bonbons and laugh. And, that's what Naziah and Kei'mani's supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be laughing and enjoying you know what I'm saying? They life, ready to go to middle school. You know what I'm saying? Start figuring out college. Start thinking about, dang, I'm almost third of graduation. Kei'mani and them supposed to be the ones laughing, eating M&Ms, joking with their friends, doing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk, riding their bike, meeting up with friends to go swim this summer. She loved basketball. She did. My girl loved basketball. Another monster toppling the child of their innocence, just like Shannon. I'm going to give him a chance because he got, Shacey. This could have been avoided. People in position not doing their jobs. Get them out of office, off of benches and everything else. Enabler is a big part of the problem. She said, Jacqueline, I'm still wondering about his cousin that took him over there. And they, you was with him. He's a problem too. Yeah, they did, Shacey. Hell yeah, they did. The judge asked him, was he okay? You okay? You gonna be all right? You need anything? Kei'mani needed the help. She didn't get it. Right? The ones that need the help for real, which is the victims, they don't never get it. Always the criminals, the predators. Y'all ain't paid attention to the pattern. Yeah. But let's get into how this got started. Pay attention to what she says. Let me see. Where is the play button?
They were angry. It was more or less the people. So my first question for you, yesterday
Lots of things.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, baby.
We want to know specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked with police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier waiting to see if it was.
Another granny worrying about the wrong shit. I heard it was a mob of people outside my house, and yeah, so yeah, they was waiting. Yeah. Ain't mentioned shit about the baby. Yes, happy belated birthday to our baby Kei'mani, and justice for her. It makes me sick every time I think about what happened to her and Isaiah. I feel sick. RIP to these beautiful little queens. Yes. Yes. Listen to what she's saying, y'all.
It was Kei'mani that was in the home, and basically some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house, and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective, said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property.
Of course the police wants to come in, and the detectives want to come in and, help the wrong people. Just, it's only right. It's only right? Ain't it? Let's go protect Dorothy. Let's make sure Dorothy, is safe. But nobody helped Kei'mani. Nobody helped Kei'mani, right? Forget her safety. Dorothy, okay? Hey, Triple, what's going on? Happy Monday. Tomorrow, yes. You never know what monsters, not only us, our children, our friends, our loved ones, are amongst each other, coexist together. It's really scary. It is. Like the day it does, Corey. Another one worrying about, yeah, Erica, we want to make sure Dorothy's okay.
I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm and open an account, and then you'll be able to capture
Now,
what are some of the things that you've been
remember, y'all, she's feared for her safety, but Kei'mani's didn't matter. Don't that sound familiar? It just sounds like an impact statement. Look at her. That's what got me when I knew for sure, and it sealed the deal. I ain't need nobody to tell me shit about dumb Dorothy. I couldn't dare stand behind that house and do an interview. I would feel so insulted. I don't know if the newswoman asked her to stand there, but ain't no way. I could be right there. It's going to make me cry thinking about it. Knowing my baby got cut to pieces and raped in my mother's home that I was raised in, and then somebody burnt it. Ugh. When did we... I ain't gonna do it. Because it be sounding like you dogging them, but it be the truth. Because people don't want you to have a heart then when you're talking about this shit. You get criticized for having compassion in the heart and realizing the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing her stand there doing an interview and making it about her, and stand there at that house and not shed one tear. I couldn't do it. It hurts me to know that happened to that baby that way. But to watch Dorothy stand there as if nothing and talk about herself through me, I don't understand it. I don't understand this, y'all. I don't care how much we heard him say fucked up shit. I don't understand it. That's her mother's home, Jemaya. Where are the accomplices? Come on. Did the grandmother leave her? Or was that the story? What you mean, did she leave her? Because I played the 911 call. I'm going to play it before I get out of here, okay? She's acting like nothing. Nessie, nothing. No tears. I couldn't do it. Meet me at my house and do the interview. Talk to me over there. I don't want to be in this area. Because I know me. I couldn't even do the interview. I don't want to talk to nobody. When my cousin them passed away a couple weeks, I ain't talked to nobody. And they didn't even pass away like this. But still, and she's worried about her safety. She's worried about her safety. Yeah, I told them to put me in handcuffs and take me down so they could think. These performances, I swear to you, they're Grammy Awards. They're Grammy Awards. Gotta be. For the lowest of the lowest of the low, Hun and Net deserve Grammys. For being some of the most pathetic, rotten ass bitches I've ever seen on this earth. I'm at all. Hey, Misunderstood. What's going on, so Stappy Monday? Y'all drop Misunderstood's link. The only thing dumb Dorothy is afraid of is some damn shea butter and chapstick, child. Dorothy incriminated herself. If this dust bug didn't have nothing to do with her granddaughter murder, then why did Wicked Dusty write a $4,000 ransom note? Come on. Let's not forget that, Essie. Y'all remember that ransom note? Dorothy wanted $4,000 for her cut up and sliced up granddaughter. She wanted $4,000 for her sliced up, dismembered granddaughter. But she's in court behind them, Darnell. She ain't shed a tear in court. She just sitting there like she's a spectator. Yeah. Ain't that how they be in court? Spectating? Like they ain't kin to these kids or nothing. They just get the, They don't care. They don't realize they're never going to see them again. Like they just gone. That was Dro Me, Man, Nessie. All the rest of them, the unbelievable suffering she went through without not any, none. My heart would have been in my butt. I would have nothing. I'm telling you, it's the disrespect for me. She acts as if nothing happened to tell it all. I would be no good. Yeah. Hey, Paula. You always want me to stop. That baby was telling people about the abuse someone kidnapped her. It was all about the real mother trying to get her back. Darnell didn't have a motive to do that. What, man? These people are crazy. How, money, baby? Money hungry, for life, disgusting. Right on the phone from someone, 4,000. Yeah, okay, that's not even money for the life, bitch. Yeah, yes. And was lying for him, remember? You gotta remember. She lied for Darnell. Sure did. Just like Annette and them did for Jarvis. Remember, Dorothy said it was she, look at the roommate. I did have a roommate, and We did get into it. What? Don't forget, I had a roommate. The same way the lady owed the drug dealer some money and, they wanted to trade. But when your heart is black, you can't show emotion. Oh no, yes. Them Dorothy need to be held. Yeah. Like the rest of them, right?
They said they was gonna blow up my house. They said they was gonna do harm to me. Um, it's just been a barrage of the different things that they've been stating.
Yeah, they said they was gonna fight me. They said they was gonna blow up my house. I want the attention. Cry for me. Don't cry for Kei'mani. Matter of fact, Kei'mani's gone. Let's talk about me. Look at that house. Look at that memorial. Me. She's no longer here. Come on, Miss Jamila. You know what they know.
Now, yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So, you are the guardian of Kei'mani.
I am the guardian of Kei'mani.
So, in terms of taking care of her, when
Let's not forget, Kamani was living with somebody else. And we still trying to figure out, how did she get custody a year ago? Because why didn't they get Kei'mani in the beginning? And then she said that the lady, she told, but nothing happened, right? She told that the lady was getting the check for Kei'mani and that she was just supposed to make sure she take care of Kei'mani's, wants and needs and stuff like that. That was her best friend. Where's the charges for that? Where's she at? Oh, another bitch that don't care. Let's talk about it. Putting these kids all in the wrong hands. Tiara put her in the hands of that woman only to fall back into Tiara's trauma. Like Lady went through it and then, Annette got Naziah. Same thing. Yeah, the other caretaker. But remember, we just said we want Darnell, forget everybody else. Cause you gotta remember Darnell was a slick one. Let me get to it. Where we at? Where they at? Do I still got it? Maybe I don't. See, is this it? Let me see. Are they getting close? Even though I'm on camera with the news people and I'm going with the research team, I'm gonna go and make sure they don't get close to, her body. What's left of her? Let me. We're all the real grandmothers, cause she ain't it. Poor baby deserves so much more. Don't forget, Kei'mani was found in Dorothy's mama's house. Yeah, I talked about that, Yolanda. Darnell taking the heat, getting kid glove treatment and eating real good with extra snacks like Jarvis were his cousin and girlfriend. I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. It ain't even a secret because I talked about it. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Overseeing everything. Cause them two guys, the main one of them messed with the sister. One of the guys messed with Tiara's sister. Not Oscar. Oscar killed her. while Darnell banged on the door because he owed him. Him and Dorothy got some money. He split the money with Dorothy. And you went, Oscar said, lure her over here, bring her over here to me. Him and the cousin went and picked Kei'mani up. I got the receipts. I do. Been having them. Showed them. I even said, Tiara, is this your sister? She said, yeah. I said, do you see what she's writing? Because the girl said, what about all them times Oscar went over, paid Dorothy and took Kei'mani back there in that room? The sister said, I wasn't there at them times. Oh, how we forget. Kei'mani was screaming. Darnell was banging on the door. Oscar made you clean it up. He did. I know. Another Jarvis, really didn't do it, but that's why we're waking it up. It's coming close to trial and the murders are still out there. I mean, Darnell's he needs to be in there. And if he's taking the rap for Oscar, I want him to die. I want you to die. I do. And even though y'all know what really happened, y'all saying nothing. Just like Annette. Wanted to go away like, oh, they got the killer. And no, they don't. Darnell was a sick fuck. He was. Very sick. But it was Oscar and his friend that went with Tiara's sister. Dorothy, you watched Oscar take her back, or you got paid. Oscar would pay Dorothy. Take Kei'mani back there in the room. It's the truth. Yeah. But hey, I'm just covering it,
Just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
Were you and Kamani close?
We were.
What were some of the...
Was you and Kei'mani close? We were. Another granny telling a lie. She had an open door policy too. Was you and Kei'mani close? Yes, we were. The lies you tell. I talked to the teacher. Y'all don't remember? I talked to the teacher. I still got our receipts, Dorothy. She didn't like you. You're lying. You made that girl you alienated her so bad that she only had one friend. The kids loved her though in the class. Don't get it twisted. But she only opened up to one friend, and that one friend talked about you. She kept all Kei'mani's secrets till she died. And then she told her mom how much of a monster you was. She didn't like you. And you didn't like her. You didn't like her because she reminded you of Tiara. You hated her. And she felt it. She talked about it to the best friend and the teacher. She loved her teacher, and she told her teacher everything. She told her teacher how much she loved Darnell. She told her teacher how much she loved Dirty Darnell. That's who she loved. And the teacher said, Tiara, I'm sorry, but she never spoke of you. They didn't even know who you was at school. Teacher didn't want to lose her job at the time. But I got all the receipts. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put them up here on my board. And I'm going to show them See, I can see too. This the lies for me though. You know what I'm saying? It's just no, you wasn't. Stop trying to save face for TV. Matter of fact, quit doing interviews and you only have to be fake. You don't have to lie. That's all I'm saying. They don't have to lie. Just don't do the interviews. But you know, you won't look like the hero. I get it.
You know, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, you know, right now with everything that's going on, you know, what was Kei'mani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kei'mani was the time that you got to her.
Kei'mani was phenomenal. Kei'mani was a helper. Like she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around.
She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. Y'all know they isolate them. They isolate them. Just like, you know, Naziah was isolated. Think about it. Same. Just another kid. Same story. Mm-mm. She never said she loved basketball, though. She loved playing games. That girl loved basketball. She loved basketball. That was her life. And she was good at it. They don't never talk about it. Like, you know.
She played basketball
She did me.
Spring Elementary.
She missed.
She was highly intelligent. So I like to clear up the mental issue statements.
Yes,
no,
she did.
She was not.
She had a disability. Yes, she did. I'm not gonna show the pictures out there. She had a disability in her hand. Yes, she did. Not mental. She had a disability, Dorothy. When you getting a check? Bringing up monster number 2.
We had her, you know, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not an issue. But back to Kei'mani, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kei'mani immediately embraced them and would play with them. You know, kid stuff. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid. Her went to Spring Elementary.
We were told that.
Let's talk about the school that you see that let's not skip past the school you moved her because the CPS was on top. Which I don't understand how you move just because she moved to another school, the CPS stopped. Same city. You remember that Dorothy was hitting her with a Looney Tune knots on her? So the CPS got it. They move. Yeah. It's okay, Jennifer. I get it, sis.
4 to a 3-9. And you know, actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them, you know, on the team and stuff.
She would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Did you have any plans for her for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday.
Listen.
It would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could So asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some confusion now in terms of when it comes to family, you know, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, all of that, you know, when Kei'mani was placed in your care, you know, when is the LCCS, who exactly did she come from, and how did she?
She came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'mani's mom, when early on, because she's been with guardian, because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'mani's mom, godmother. And we had already 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Kei'mani. So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, you know, do different things with her, for her, or I contact her, why do this? Or can I even come by?
I would reach out and I need this and I need that. And she would oblige. That's illegal, Dorothy. That's illegal for you to have her living with you and they receive the check. Because you knew you had charges. You did. And you knew what it was. And they did too. And they put Kei'mani out. It's funny how that's your best friend. You ain't put my granddaughter out and think you're my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. Y'all don't want to say her name because mm, mm, this baby didn't have a chance. She didn't. Cards was already done life before she ever breathed air into her lungs and was given birth to. It's crazy to me how she act like she mad or got an attitude to answer questions like what made her mad about receiving the bag. Yeah, I'm still receiving stuff to. Where was that relevance? Yeah, Candy. Where's the relevance in that? Somebody talk to me about the relevance because she went through an interview with a straight face, no sipping, no crying, no nothing. It be the fake crying for me. I can't even do that without tears at all. And I be acting, switching lanes, you know. Um, they was gonna give her a trophy and then go, yeah, but you know, I had called and told them that she passed. Well, bitch, you was just about to break. You know what? How you? Yeah, she's ever served at the school. But yeah, I called him and I told him that she passed. I I can't be an interviewer like I just that right there. I've been unsuccessful. She got fired. Hey kid, Miss Cynthia, how you doing? I don't know, y'all. I digress. I just digress.
And we would commence. Um,
And let's not forget the biggest part of it all, not the interview. When they had all them brown bags, and I was like, why they got them bags? When they was showing the police all upstairs and they had all them bags and putting our body parts in, and we didn't know what they was doing, and and Dorothy was out there. I want a motherfucker to come over. I want a bitch to. I wish a bitch would. They say your granddaughter upstairs, dismembered, and you down here pumped up to fight. Pumped up to fight. I was up here in tears. I said, please don't let that be her. Even when people's like, it's on Facebook, they great bring her down and all that. I was like, y'all go over there and watch it. I was crying and everything, snotting up like crazy up here on the panel. I was getting mad at the people for telling me she was dismembered. I was like, go over there. So I don't want to hear it. I'm not showing shit. Y'all want to watch them crazy body parts, all that? I don't want to. I'm doing great, Cynthia. But remember, Dorothy was out there ready to fight. Dorothy out there with bird mace. Yeah, I got bird mace too. I got bird mace. I want one of these bitches run up on me. Shit. I'm like, this ain't real right now. I gotta be dreaming because, this ain't. The people in the neighborhood was more toe up than Dorothy. I was ready to throw up, honestly. I was like, Lord, please, why they got the brown bags? What's happening? What is this? Please don't let that be that baby. Don't. The one lady that she spent a lot of time with that fed her about her clothes and stuff said she walked with a slight limp. Wonder if that limp is, yeah, it was, Jacqueline. It was. We talked about that. The teacher said that too. Dorothy. Teacher said that. Where Dorothy was turned up.
You had mentioned that
Yeah, no, that's part of that.
members did come over who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed her?
No, it's just not very many. She acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
So
What?
we do know that Darnell.
What did she get mad for? Because they asked about family members coming. Well, next question. But you standing behind your mama house where, all your essay took place, dumb Dorothy. And where your grandbaby was just dismembered and great. Not just great, spleen ripped apart and everything. Dorothy. Samad, I said the same thing. You can't make this shit up. Hey, Tracy.
People are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently.
Listen.
Murdering that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just got arrested. Dumb Dorothy. He had literally just got arrested before you did this interview. Hey, Tootie. Yep, he had just got. Then she said, "Y'all see her catch herself." Did you know it was? From my understanding, if y'all go back at that time, he had just got arrested right before she did this interview. She knew. Dorothy knew, and she's gonna say something else, and it's gonna make the news person question it because the autopsy revealed about her getting raped, Dorothy. But watch her say that too. You know, when you get sexually assaulted, and yeah, I know. I know. It just take a little listening. It just take a little listening, you know. That's what he said, Candy. The man, the only thing the man said was, please just unalive me. Dorothy. But, you know, they get away with it, you know, just saying.
How's it feel? You know, as the police report mentions, Kei'mani was last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'mani go with as your her?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
There it is. There it is, y'all. I feel like you was grooming her. I feel like he was grooming her. How? He just got arrested. The autopsy hadn't even came out that she got touched. But I digress. You know, I digress. I digress, dumb Dorothy. I do. I feel sorry for Kei'mani. Not a tear in sight. But don't she look like she hard to get along with? I ain't even studying her, what she look like. I'm not. She said, I feel like he was grooming her. You knew she was getting groomed. You knew. And you did nothing but try to save face for the camera and the TV and the people. Hold on, y'all. I got something on my screen that I just can't close out. I don't know, y'all. Let me get out of here. Let me see if I can hit this. I don't know, y'all. Okay. Y'all heard what she said? Go back to when this interview was and go back to when dumb Darnell got, you know, hold on. Let's take it back.
Because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this?
No,
well, how did you feel that way? The newswoman was like, well, when you say grooming her, no, I feel like it was, you knew it was pre-planned. You knew. She knew. Okay? She knew. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like he was grooming her. She said, well, grooming her, did you see things? No. So why did you feel that way? Why would grooming come out only to find out through an autopsy that he raped her? I'll wait. Anybody, somebody, I mean, see, that's why I go back and I listen. And, you know, I was talking to Tiara and the cousin at the time. I was on the phone with Tiara when she was viewing her body. When Tiara was at the corners viewing her body, I was on the phone. when they was getting sick to their stomachs and stuff. I was on the phone and they called you, Dorothy, and you said you wasn't coming. They called you first. And you said, I ain't coming. You was real nasty about it. You wasn't upset. It was like God put me there for a reason. To be on that phone the day that the mother and the cousin was at the viewing the body. And yeah. You said you weren't coming to do shit is what you said. You weren't coming to view shit. Matter of fact. Tootie, I don't know, baby. I mean, maybe down the line. Sounds like it. And he was grooming her. I feel like this was playing, you lied for him, remember? Y'all remember? When she first went missing? I know. Paris none. The same way she's sitting behind her mother's house where things happen to her and she's talking about Kei'mani. Oh, he groomed her. Well, what do you mean? Did you see signs? And oh no. She realized what she said. Oh no, I never seen anything. So what the fuck are you talking about? What is she talking about? How do you say that? How do you say that before an autopsy and you ain't see no signs of grooming? Where'd that come from? But I digress. I do.
I never saw anything out the ordinary.
No?
But when molesters decide to...
Who said that Darnell was a molester, Dorothy? Who said Darnell was a molester, Dorothy? Hey, Chrissy Gates. When you're a molester, so why was you allowing him around Kei'mani? Why was you standing beside him? Lying for him when she first went missing? I'll wait. Why did you end up telling he's not even her dad to the news lady? I'll wait. You allowed somebody who wasn't her father around to go in your home and to know he was a molester and allow him around Kei'mani? I just, for the life of me and the love of me. I have a question. Was she unalive first before he dismembered her? No, he dismembered her. He cut her up while she was alive, African queen. Love you, Chris Cakes. They knew he was because he had already did her. He was paying. Dirty, I mean Dorothy, was telling on herself, okay? Very much so. How you gonna know if the autopsy wasn't done yet? I know. I pointed that out a long time ago, based off the stories from the family and stuff that they was telling me and to her Dorothy. And I talked to Dorothy. That's when you said you was gonna go look for Kei'mani and you didn't want to go with the search teams and you never even went. Dorothy. You don't remember that? I still got your number. You never even went with the search team. Right? Because you didn't go at all. Because you didn't want to, look like this fool. You didn't want to, you didn't want to stand out and, you didn't want to, you just didn't want to. Hmm. 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 You found the clothes and all of that. How, Dorothy? That's how you knew it was pre-planned, Dorothy. That's why you stayed away that night when you lied and said you was at work, Dorothy. I know. Yeah, I know. She looked like somebody that takes no mess but is the mess. Wait, who was that? Well, it was Darnell, Erica. Dorothy couldn't dare be on camera because she didn't know who knew what. But Darnell kept her up with everything. He kept her up like, this is where they're going. They're searching over here. I gotta make sure they're not close. Cause they said that Darnell didn't even know that was your mother's house. It's just kind of crazy how, that house has been abandoned for years and, that you still own that house. You, and that he put her there of all places. But hey, who am I? Darnell will be going to court soon, you guys. We're going to be covering Kei'mani Latigue's court date for sure. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all drop some purple hearts in the chat for baby Kei'mani. There's so many other Kei'manis out there. Dorothy felt her miserably. It's almost like as the world turns and we watching these grandmothers, because their trauma. Because Dorothy was SA too. So was Tiara. And it's almost like I said, it's just like the Naziah story just trickled down to Kei'mani. And Kei'mani lost her life in the process of a generational curse, the lies, the deceit, the justice system, the CPS. Shout out to the teacher, straight up. She had enough. She reported it every time. And Dorothy was running, kept away from family and friends, only to keep the secrets in the home. She lied, just like Annette did for Jarvis. She lied for Darnell. She actually loved Darnell more than she did Tiara. Those are facts. But I don't want y'all to forget their names. I don't. Because they were heartbeats that mattered. And maybe everybody didn't love them, but somebody in the family did. It's very horrible, Shacey. But we're going to be covering Dirty Darnell's trial to see if they're going to let him plead insanity for all the horrendous crimes. And there's no telling how many other victims of Darnell's is out there. But we need Dorothy to be held accountable just like we want Annette and Shannon to be held accountable. So we're going to have to write letters. And when I go live, I'm going to call. And I'm going to ask why Dorothy isn't being looked into. And I want them to play that specific clip from the news. Because I care. Hey, Martha, they was just asking about you at the meet and greet. Hey, all these people say they're insane. I don't believe it. As a grandma, I like my babies come first. What's going on with these grandmas turning heads? I know. Miss you, Martha. I miss so many of you. Latasha Boss Lady, I'm so glad you can join. I hope you're feeling better and stuff like that. I love you, ladies. But y'all go enjoy the rest of y'all Monday till later because I will be back tonight at 8. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. And y'all know me. I like to talk about it and break it down. I do. I like to break it down. I like to make 1+1 equal 2. Other than that, y'all have
Miss Parker,
great
Miss
will.
Parker, the YouTube
Salute
star,
everybody.
lighting up the screen, you know who you are, bringing news you can use and a laugh or two. She's got the facts, the fun, and the realest view, with a voice so smooth and a smile so bright. She's shining like a beacon in the darkest night. Deep dives on the stories that really matter. She's breaking it down, cutting through the chatter. Pop and stay a while, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone. With a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker's where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard. Asking all the questions, never missing a word. Or a second to none. She's blazing like the sun. Miss Parker, the only one. She's got the news to amuse.
I can't leave here like this without the people that's just coming in that don't know the story. I want you guys to hear this one more time. One more time. Hold on. Sorry about that. I meant to play it for y'all.
Here's on dispatch, not emergency.
Sorry, y'all.
Yes, I'd like to make a police report.
Okay, what's the address?
Elm Street,
Okay, what kind of report?
a missing person.
Okay, what's your name?
Mine or hers?
Yours?
Dorothy.
Okay, and who's
Latigue.
missing?
Kei'mani.
Is this your daughter or son?
This is my granddaughter.
Okay, do you have custody?
I do.
Okay, how old is she?
13.
How long ago she's been missing?
To the best of my understanding, she's just been missing this morning. And I called her school and went up to her school, and they said she's not there.
What school does she go to?
Spring.
Okay, do you remember, did you see what she was wearing before she left?
No, she's usually going to school before I get home from work.
Okay. Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black. She looks Hispanic.
Okay. And then what's her last name?
Latigue.
Your phone number?
419.
Okay, does she have a phone on her that you're aware of?
She does, and it's dead because it's going straight to voicemail.
All right, I'll be out, and they'll be out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bye. Here's on dispatch, not emergency.
Justice for these babies. Salute everybody. Have a